The air hung heavy with the stench of death. Snow fell upon the broken bodies of men and monsters. Winterfell, once proud and strong, lay in ruins. The living stumbled amongst the dead, their faces etched with exhaustion and horror. The battle against the Night King was won, but at a terrible cost. No victory song filled the air, only the mournful howl of the wind. Amongst the carnage, a pale hand twitched. It emerged from beneath a pile of frozen corpses, fingers grasping at the icy air. The body beneath stirred, a shudder running through its lifeless form. Slowly, painfully, Catelyn Stark rose from the battlefield. Her once fair skin was now as white as the snow that blanketed the ground, marred by the deep gash across her throat. Her eyes, once warm and full of life, burned with an eerie blue light, a spectral fire that reflected the icy vengeance consuming her soul. Catelyn Stark, murdered at the Red Wedding, had returned. The biting wind carried strange whispers across the battlefield. They spoke of ancient magic, of forces older than time itself. Deep within the godswood, hidden amidst the gnarled roots of ancient weirwood trees, a gathering stirred. The children of the forest, with their skin like bark and eyes like pools of gold, had watched the battle unfold. They had seen the sacrifice, the bravery, and the horrific loss. They had also seen the flicker of life return to a soul unjustly taken. One by one, the children approached the edge of the godswood. Their eyes, old as time itself, settled on the resurrected Catelyn Stark. A low hum resonated from the heart of the godswood, a sound both ancient and powerful. It spoke of life and death, of balance and rebirth. It was the magic of the old gods, and it flowed towards Catelyn, drawn to the injustice of her fate. Catelyn gasped, the cold air burning her resurrected lungs. The world spun, a dizzying kaleidoscope of snow and fire, death and despair. She saw the faces of her children, their eyes wide with terror as the Red Wedding unfolded. She felt again the cold steel of the blade, the searing pain as it tore through her flesh. Then a calmness washed over her. The whispers in the wind grew stronger, guiding her gaze towards the godswood. She saw them then, the children of the forest. Their eyes, filled with ancient wisdom and a deep sadness, held her gaze. They did not speak, but their presence resonated with power, with magic far older than any she had known. Catelyn felt a strange pull towards them, a sense of belonging she couldn't quite understand. She knew with a certainty that defied explanation that they held the answers she sought. She had been given a second chance, not for peace, but for vengeance. The touch of the children was gentle, yet it sent shivers down Catelyn's resurrected form. Their magic flowed through her, mending the broken pieces of her soul, fueling the fire that now burned within her. She remembered the Red Wedding in vivid detail, the betrayal, the screams, the blood of her children staining her hands. The memory brought a fresh wave of agony, but this time it was different. It was not the crippling despair of a grieving mother, but the righteous fury of a warrior seeking retribution. The children had given her back more than just life. They had given her purpose. She would become a weapon of vengeance, an instrument of justice. She would hunt down every last Frey, every man, woman, and child who shared the blood of her enemies. She would make them pay for their treachery, for the blood they had spilled, for the family they had destroyed. Catelyn's journey south was a silent march of vengeance. She moved like a wraith, cloaked in the cold mist that clung to the aftermath of the great battle. Her steps were sure, her gaze unwavering, her heart a cold stone in her chest. The whispers of the wind followed her, guiding her path, whispering names and places. She was a phantom, a nightmare given form, and the closer she drew to the twins, the stronger she felt the presence of her fallen family. They were with her, their spirits intertwined with hers, their silent screams fueling her relentless pursuit of justice. She journeyed through desolate landscapes, her passage marked by a chilling silence. Animals sensed her approach, their eyes wide with primal fear, their instincts screaming at them to flee from this creature of death and vengeance. Catelyn felt no hunger, no thirst, no fatigue. She was a being driven by a single, consuming purpose. She would not rest until the Freys knew the true meaning of fear.